Yeah, we're super excited to be participating and to be joining you guys. We at the most recent Beet Retreat in Santa Monica, I think what stood out to me was the caliber of attendees, but also really the caliber of the conversations. Instead of some conferences you go to and it's all kind of talk, but then no action, no follow-ups. The talk is more what's wrong with the industry versus how do we make it better. I think what differentiated the Beet Retreat in Santa Monica was a conversation of how do we get the industry to better, what can we actually do today to take action on it and to make it a better ecosystem. And so we're super excited to be participating in February to get everyone together again, join them, and understand how can we take some real steps so that we move beyond having panel discussions to actually fostering a better ecosystem.
So collaboration on data is a big theme of what we're doing, and it's a big core of what you do at LiveRamp.
Yeah.
Where do we stand in terms of data collaboration and what's exciting to you?
So I think we've been doing data collaboration for a while at LiveRamp. Starting with the onboarding business of how do marketers connect their data with publisher inventory. Now really focusing on retail media and clean rooms, but also publisher and marketer collaboration. I think there's two big parts of data collaboration out there. One is interoperability, being able to bring all kinds of different data sets together in a privacy-safe way. And then two is exactly that, privacy-safe. So how do we make sure that everything we do with data clean rooms puts the consumer first? And this really gets to the point of data clean rooms can't sit in a silo, they have to connect to the ecosystem. At the end of the day, every marketer is using a data clean room to be able to activate or measure out there across different publisher inventory or different consumer experiences. And if you have safety in the clean room, but then you lose it when you go out to the ecosystem, you've defeated the whole purpose. So we're really committed of how do you build interoperable clean rooms that put the consumer privacy first and then work across the ecosystem.
And talk about interoperability for the sell side, for publishers, why it's important for them and for the platforms.
So at the end of the day, marketers are going to buy on the ID that they want to. So we talk about which ID will replace the third-party cookie, which ID will work in connected TV. The truth is, it's not which ID, but how many IDs. There's no one ID that's going to rule them all. We've always believed in this. We built our solution, ATS, which is our authenticated traffic solution, always to support multiple IDs. So today, a publisher can have our ID, they can have UID 2.0, they can have EUID, and we just launched a new agency company ID as well. So I think from a publisher side, you want to have all the privacy safe IDs. Now, you want to stay away from the nefarious ones, but all the privacy safe ones, so that way a marketer gets to decide how they want to buy. What's the ID that's connected to their data? What ID have they built their CRM around? How do they frequency cap and measure on that? And that way as a publisher, you're supporting what the marketer wants.
And finally, for the owners of first-party data, what are the challenges to them? I'm sure privacy is an issue, security is an issue. What are some issues that the owners of first-party data, particularly the brand side, retailers, what are their concerns and how do you sort of address those concerns?
So I think one of the first ones is just the silos of first-party data. You'll often talk to brands and they speak of their first-party data, but it's actually in 12 different CRM databases. Your SKU transactions, instead of being in one massive system, they'll have been acquired over the years across multiple stores. So how do you bring it all together? So first you have to be able to ingest and hygiene the data. You have to apply a common identity to it. Before you can start talking about influencing the customer externally outside of your properties, you need to have an internal 360-degree view of the customer, and then you can apply it to media. The second part, I think, is privacy. How do you meet the new state regulations? We now have 5 states with different regulations here in the US. We have GDPR, we have a new privacy law in Australia, we have a new privacy law in Japan. How does a marketer look at a global strategy that can meet local regulations? And then finally, it's about how can you access all of the different channels. So we're seeing the media ecosystem become much more diverse, much more complicated to activate on. So how can you take your data with that 360-degree view and reach all the consumer touchpoints? So connected TV, digital display, but also thinking about SMS and emails. So all of the ways that a consumer interacts with your brand, link them together and understand that full consumer journey. And then finally, how can you measure it? Because as we talk to marketers with the impending recession, more and more they want to make sure that every impression they buy is measurable. Every consumer experience they generate can be tied to a reaction and tied to ROAS.